somebody with whom he could chat and to whom he could let his hair down. This was a role Eleanor refused to play, as she insisted on being his colleague rather than his caretaker. While FDR initially considered taking Eliot, who had attended the first Big Three summit in Tehran, his second son was suddenly a persona non grata with the American people. Earlier that month, Eliot got embroiled in L'Affaire Blaise, a scandal that made headlines across the country. In Memphis, 3 soldiers on leave had been bumped from an Army transport plane to make room for Eliot's 130-pound bull mastiff Blaze, which was flown back to his new bride, wife number 3, the Hollywood star Faye Emerson, while Eliot, who then headed the 325th Photographic Reconnaissance Wing in Europe, had not actually requested special treatment for the pooch. He was viciously attacked in the papers, with many writers demanding that he be court-martialed. Ever loyal, the unflappable president went ahead that week with his plan to nominate Eliot, who had also flown on dozens of combat missions, to become a brigadier general, an appointment that would soon be unanimously approved. But given this public relations disaster, FDR did not think it wise to have Eliot represent his country on the international stage. At 6 a.m., on Tuesday, January 23rd, the train reached Norfolk. A couple of hours later, the president and his daughter boarded the USS Quincy in Newport News. Aided by a strong northwest wind, the ship headed out to sea at about 8:30 a.m. Later that morning, as father and daughter were seated next to each other on deck, the president pointed to a spot on the Virginia coastline and said, rather matter-of-factly, "Over there is where Lucy grew up." Lucy, as Anna knew all too well, was his former mistress, Lucy Mercer Rutherford. In 1924, a tearful Eleanor had acknowledged the affair to the 17-year-old Anna, who readily identified with her mother's outrage. While FDR had seen little of Lucy in the intervening decades, when her husband, Winthrop Rutherford, became frail — he died in March 1944 — he resumed the friendship. The president was now also including Anna in some of his dinners with Lucy. Even though FDR was tugging at his daughter's allegiance to her mother, had Eleanor known about these visits with Lucy, she would have been furious. Anna did not say a word. Anna, who was terrified about her father's weak heart, had made up her mind, as life put it in early 1945, that it was her duty to get him to relax. If FDR felt a need to see Lucy, or to allude to the depth of his feeling toward his old flame, Anna would not think of protesting. By way of explanation, she later said, "The private lives of my parents were not my business." Realizing that FDR was terminally ill, Anna was reluctant to challenge anything he said or did. "My mother felt his magic and just wanted to be close and to be of help," John Bediger, Jr., Anna's 3rd child, explained to me. The trip was so top secret that Anna had to keep most of the details from her husband, John Bediger, Sr., a lieutenant colonel in the Army. He was on leave in the White House so that he could take care of John Jr. while she was away. So far, she wrote him on the 23rd, "I haven't been able to find out if it's safe to mention name and type of ship, convoy, and where we started to sea." It was not even clear to her, until a few days later, in what city the summit would be held. The following Tuesday, January 30th, was FDR's 63rd birthday. Anna choreographed the party, which delighted everyone on board, especially the president. "Anna made the dinner a gala occasion," observed his aide, Jimmy Burns. "She topped it off with 5 birthday cakes, with each one representing an electoral victory. The small 5th cake was decorated with icing in the shape of 1948 ? Given her father's tenuous hold on life, Anna knew that he would never run again, but she was eager to make him feel, at least for this evening, as if he could always count on the affection of the American people. The perpetually tired FDR, even though he was getting 10 hours of rest a night, he reported never feeling slept out, enjoyed the conversation and the jokes, and also won all the money at poker. 2 days later, the ship reached Malta, its final destination. On February 3rd, the president and his aides flew to the Saki airfield, where they met Churchill. Though Yalta was just 80 miles away, the ride along a highway guarded by Soviet troops